What's up guys, welcome back. So in this video I want to just go through the application, make sure everything is working, because we are pretty much done with adding the functionality and reorganizing things to get to basically be the same thing it was before. So if we look on different ones, it looks like that's working just fine and it renders. Now we can add recipes and I'll show up A, B, C. And if I come to the home page, I see hello here. If I go to Tim, I see my hello here. So cool. So that looks like it's good. Log out. Notice how it stays on this page. So that's something we want to redirect them after they log out to the main page. So that's an easy fix. If we go to the nav bar here, you go to log out, you can just add a link. And we're just going to go to the home page after we're done. And then there's another problem that I noticed. Two problems actually. We'll let this reload. So notice how we implemented this next thing. If I do Tim, notice how it doesn't take me to the profile page even though it should have. So that's one problem we'll address. But now if I log out, okay, it took me here, but I should actually do this while I'm on the other page to see if it redirects correctly. So we're on profiles, now I log out, cool, redirects me correctly. But notice how if I'm logged in, Tim, it shows my ID here, but if I refresh the page, notice how we're not doing any type of request to see if the user is logged in on the home page. And because we're not doing that, we're not showing anything here. So when I click this, and I click this, or sorry, not that, add a recipe for example, we're logged in, it just doesn't show it on this main page because we're not fetching the user. So we're going to fix those two errors too. So I'm thinking with the nav bar, for example, when I here, it looks like I'm grabbing the user, I guess just on the home page. Basically we want to do auth. I'm going to copy auth, I'm going to paste it, and just rename it and do get user. And all this does is it's going to request auth, and it's not going to redirect after login. So it'll actually do nothing on the redirect, and we will always show the user, or sorry, the component. So we don't need to get the user actually in here. Alright. Cool. Now we can do add get user, and one of our routes just around home. So we get user. I guess we should underscore this, or sorry, not capitalize it, because it is not just a function. Oh, unexpected token. So if we go back to get user, we can call this get user there too. So now if I refresh, it shows Tim here. Cool. So then the last thing that we want to fix is the next. And notice how we actually the next should have been working. If I go into the login page, notice how we're using the location query. But actually what I found out is in the new version of React Router, they actually removed query. You have to actually do it yourself. So we're basically going to follow the Stack Overflow recommends. We're going to install this query string library. And what we do is we parse this, and then what we can do is we can get, for example, foo. For us, it's going to be next. So coming over here, I'm going to do yarn add query string, and then import query string from query string, and we're going to do props location dot search, new URL search, parse. Oh, you can also use, if you want something native, I mean, why don't we use native if it has functionality? My bad, guys. I thought we were just gonna use the library, but I'm gonna do yarn remove query string because we actually don't need it anymore. Assuming this does work. So here we go. So params, the search will be this dot props dot location dot search, and then we want to get next. And now let's console it to make sure next looks good. See what we're getting from that. Okay. Unexpected console cannot redeclare scoped variable. What's happening here? Trailing space. Oh, okay. There we go. I'm assuming it doesn't know where that's defined. Okay. So if I come back here, I log out, but now I try to access, for example, recipes add. So now when I log in here, I should be taken to that page, and I'm going to preserve the log here. So when I log in, we can see what next is equal to, and oh, looks like it parsed it correctly. Cool. But let's make sure it also works if I just want to log in and there is no next. And cool. That is working quite nicely now. So that is it for the upgrade, guys. Now I am not done though. The library, or not the library, the project is still, there's some things I'm going to fix up. But we're done with the functionality. But in the next video, what I'm going to be doing is, again, getting these to look better. I'm going to get the on clicks for these instead of using links. Same for these here. And then also I'm going to link the whole project and just make sure everything is looking good. So nothing's really necessary from this point on. It's me just basically cleaning up the code. If you want to see that, that's what's going to be happening in the next video. And I'll also convert everything to peer functions. This is basically cleaning up the code, and I think I'm going to clean up the actions too, because there's a crap load of actions, and they're poorly named from what I did earlier, and I want to rename them in a more consistent manner and show you guys how I like to do that. So I'm just going to clean up basically the whole project now. I reorganized it in the way I like it, so now I'm just going to basically go through and clean it. So now we have that same functionality with the new upgraded libraries. So, yep, that's it for this video, and that's what we're doing in the next one. I'll see you guys then.